Hello, everyone, and welcome back to more Minecraft. I'm not gonna lie, I did a little bit of work off camera, like 16 minutes. I basically just moved. There were two chests here, if you recall, full of dirt, and I basically moved them up in the attic of this building. At least temporarily, that's where I'm gonna store all my dirt until further notice. And I also updated the notice board, so we still need to find the dungeon. I honestly don't know when that will happen. Eventually, hopefully. Today we'll be clearing out this second hill here, so it's gonna be a bit of a slow stream, to put it lightly. So I apologize for that, but it has to be done. And yeah, the mining complex, that's gonna come once the castle is finished. So yeah. The reason why I decided to wait until today, until 1.0.3, is because tools, diamond tools in particular, finally got a buff, a durability buff, which is much needed, much appreciated. So, yeah, that's gonna help a lot, because we're very short on diamonds, again. Seems to be a theme in this playthrough. Anyway, today we're on Alpha 1.0.3, which the only things I know of are the mob sounds. So hostile mobs like zombies and spiders and whatnot finally make sounds. And the other thing is the Diamond 2 durability buff. That's it. I really don't know what else this version adds. I don't think there's anything significant. Next time, though, we do have the... Fuck it, I'll just do it here. Next time, however, we do have... a Secret Friday update again. So that's exciting. And the next update, in fact, we're actually going to take a break from our Forever Road here. Because the only way to actually see what's new is to make a new world, unfortunately. I decided that I'm not going to cheat in the snow by, you know, changing my level data. Like enabling the toggle in the level.dat file. I'm not going to do that. Since I really don't want to, like, do any cheating. I'm gonna wait until Alpha 1.2, when biomes get introduced.
I am a dwarf and I'm digging a hole. Diggy hole.
Hello, Stu. Welcome. Yeah, I'm doing the exact same thing you were doing. Amazing. It has to be done, you know. Unfortunately. This is gonna take forever. I remember how long that cliff took me. It took me like 3 hours. I had to do like an hour of off-camera work, so... Although this one is smaller, I believe, so hopefully it's not gonna take as long. I'm gonna have so much dirt by the end of this, though, that I can do like any terraforming project I want. Watching you dig while I continue to dig. Digception! I presume you're staying indoors because of the storm. It's crazy, we also had the storm reported on our news as well. Like, that's how big it's expected to be. Even, like, crappy little Eastern European countries are talking about it. Stay safe out there is all I can say if you're an American who's watching this. It's more or less cold outside. Yeah, it's been an awfully cold winter here as well. Like, colder than the norm. I wouldn't say colder than the norm, but for a prolonged period of time. Like, we've had temperatures of -7 or 8 Celsius in the past, but it's never lasted this long. Like, this has lasted pretty much the entirety of December and almost the entirety of January. It's been persistently cold and wintry. The Gulf Stream helps us a lot by warming us up, but the problem is that it is scientifically proven that the Gulf Stream is slowing down, sadly. So it's only gonna get colder and colder as time goes on. And I think it's slowing down because of it's a nature thing. It's not really caused by us, or at least partially caused by us. I think we're accelerating it. I don't remember, like, due to climate change or something, but it's also, like, part of the natural process, kind of. About 2/3 of the mainland USA winter has been absent up until now. Sailors in the third that has been getting an unusually cold and wet winter. Yeah, I know he's been... I have, like, two people basically whining to me about how bad the winter has been. On the one hand, it's Soybean, and on the other hand, my own mother. So I'm honestly fed up. I'm not fed up of the winter itself, I'm fed up of hearing about it. Because I usually spend most of my time indoors anyway, so it doesn't really affect me at all. I really don't care. What's funny is that yesterday we had like a yellow code, basically, for lots of slipperiness, pretty much. Like there was ice all over the pavements. And I had to go to work because our team, like my team, decided to freaking organize a like team lunch sort of event thing. God, these iron shovels are useless. A team lunch event, right as we have like some of the worst weather in this winter. It was so annoying. I barely could get to the office. At least on the way back, the ice had pretty much more or less melted. But the way to the office was really annoying. Harrowing, even. Just my luck, I guess. Hello, Yoski, welcome back. Barely snowed all of winter over here in Central Asia. Now suddenly it's been snowing a week. Damn. Yeah, something is happening. So much for global warming, am I right? You know, there's a conspiracy theory going around that... because this was like an actual thing that was suggested by like some mad scientists. Like, oh, we can release these like particles in the atmosphere, kind of like soot particles, you know? Like, I don't know if it's the same or similar, but like with volcanoes, for example, when volcanoes erupt and they cause like a colder climate because they block the sun. Yeah, pretty much like that thing. It was suggested, and like obviously scientists that actually care about the environment were opposing that, and of course regular people as well. But there are conspiracy theories that they started doing it anyway, without telling anyone. I don't know how true that is, but it is some food for thought, I guess. Hello, Soybean, welcome back. It turns the frogs gay, though. What do you mean by that? Yeah, I really hope this doesn't take as long as the previous hill did. I would like to at least finish this today, if anything. Suitmosphere, yes. And obviously that was like an attempt to control global warming, pretty much. But if anything, that's gonna make things even worse, because it might bring upon a early ice age. What are you digging? I'm digging out this entire hill, Soybean, because I want to like finish the castle. This is gonna be the second part of the castle, the king's quarters and whatnot. Ice Age, let's go! Ice Age 4 is gonna be set in real life, I'm telling you. Same with Fallout 5. Well, the US is, yeah. Like, Europe hasn't seen as much of it yet, but, yeah, it's crazy in the US. I was saying this earlier, Soybean, but even in our, like, local news, we got, like, a news broadcast about the upcoming storm in the US. Like it's apparently such. It's gonna be such a big storm that even like Europe is talking about it. -1 Fahrenheit. Jeez. Got a stuffy nose again. Brisk cold so far. Here we had ice. Like yesterday I had to go to the office and like everything was frozen over. Like the pavements and shit. It was very slippery. We haven't had snow since last year, literally. I think it last snowed around Christmas, December. Well, you're further south, Steel, and also the storm is about to come. It hasn't really, like, started in most states yet. It's coming from the north, from Canada. Your New Year's gift from Canada, I guess. I don't know. Something in my nose. But it will apparently be the storm of the century. Yeah, that's what our report said as well. My god, these freaking torches, man. I don't want these. Get out of here. Hello, Paul. Welcome back to the stream. Gonna make a diamond pickaxe once this one breaks. I'm not gonna make a diamond shovel though, because I only have 6 diamonds left, so I would rather spend those diamonds on 2 pickaxes. Most of what I'm gonna be digging today is gonna be stone anyway. You know, every time it's hyped up, there is almost nothing. The worst snow we get is always by surprise. Interesting. I've heard all my life, this is the storm of the century, and we get a dusting. Even when I lived in Colorado. Crap. Right, so how many states have you even lived in, Steelcat? Because I know that you've been in... you're currently in Alabama. You've been in Wyoming. And I presume you're from Colorado? Mr. Worldwide over here. I guess Mr. America. I am Mr. Worldwide. I'm from the Balkans, I studied in the Netherlands, and I live in the Czech Republic. Literally Mr. Worldwide. One day we here might get a little snow this weekend, lol, and then we get buried under a mountain of snow and blown over by the wind for days. Yeah, American weather is much crazier than European weather. Like, we don't really get anything crazy like that. At least not frequently. Usually winters here are either not as cold or... how do you say it? Dry. Oh, by the way, I did some stuff off camera, so I added some new benches here to fill in the area a little bit more. So now it's a little bit more cramped in a good way. So, yeah, in case you notice something different, that's what's changed. Alright, and also I keep all of my dirt up here now. Like, all these chests are filled with dirt. Again, I don't know what I'm gonna do with all this dirt, but it's nice to have it on hand at any rate. Come on. Okay. Gonna make a diamond pickaxe while I'm here. If I can find my diamonds. There we go. And a couple more shovels. Let me move this guy. Okay, diamond pick. These are now buffed, so thank Christ for that, because they were so annoying before. Mr. Europe. Yeah, honestly, true, Paul. I've never been outside of Europe before. I have been to like half of the European countries, but I've never been outside of the European continent. Even if I am to visit Iceland soon, which is on the table, I'm still technically gonna be in Europe because Iceland is in Europe still. Five states, wow. 6 technically, but only 4 really count, okay. You were born in Europe, studied in Europe, and live in Europe, true. I'm the purest definition of a European, yes. Hello, Idiac, welcome back to the stream. The 52nd state after... The 53rd state after Canada and Greenland. 54th, actually, after Iceland as well. Yeah, Gialco made a video on Classic Plus, and I'm not gonna lie, I cringed a little bit when I watched it, because like he was like, oh, this mod is a love letter to Classic, and meanwhile I'm like, this mod is shit, dude. it's aged like milk. So bad. Hey, we all gotta start somewhere. Great Jeep painful memories, same. The tree bricks. Never forget the tree bricks. Oh my god, my dear lord. Okay. Get rid of this tree. Wow, this is a naturally generated tree. That's crazy. I don't want these stupid saplings. Oh my god, dude. Hello, Jonas. Welcome back. Since Europe is part of Turkey... What? I don't get it. I have been to Turkey. Actually, have I? No. No, I haven't been to Turkey. I've been to Greece. Never been to Turkey before. I guess, like, if I go to Turkey, as long as it's not the European part, then I can say officially that I've been in Asia. I wanna be geography nerd, so have you visited the former countries that used to be Yugoslavia? No. I don't think so. Let me try to remember. Yeah, I haven't. I really want to go to Croatia and Slovenia. Those are on my list of countries I would like to visit. I have technically been to Serbia, but only passing through. That's about it, really. I haven't really been to any of the other former Yugoslav republics. Turkey! Ow! George Lucas and Star Wars fans. He barely cared about SW, yet his fans, Star Wars, yet his fans dedicate their lives to it. With theories and stuff. What are you even talking about? Why are you talking about Star Wars right now? Wish Giaco reached out to me. I could have shown him all the unhinged anger and confusion from developing Classic Plus. Yes. There's a little bit of that even in InfDev Plus, honestly. But I have gotten a lot better, so... It's more so I find it mildly annoying and irritating rather than freaking out over it. Turks are very patriotic, yes. I was talking about IDIAC and like Star Wars, like that came out of nowhere. Greece, Turkey, same thing. You're now Turkish. I am actually 1/8 Greek, okay? I'm much prouder of my 1/8 Greek heritage than I am of my actual heritage. Which I even refuse to name, because that's how embarrassing it is. Let me turn these into sticks. Save on inventory space. Is this important? It is not important. But yeah, I like Greece. Unfortunately, I was there as a kid, so I barely remember anything. But I love Greek cuisine. And I also think their language is very fascinating. And obviously they have a rich history. Saying that outside of the main cast, most European countries are forgotten. Albania, Montenegro, North Macedonia, Bosnia. What happens there? Bosnia has some issues, like internal conflicts. That's all I really know. Making a comparison to SW and Classic Plus. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense then. Yeah, I really don't care about Classic Plus anymore. Like, it's done. It's over. GG, well played. I was referring to the Europe is part of Turkey, which you seemed a bit confused about. Oh, that. Okay. I'm not really used to, like, jokes about how everything belongs to Turkey. I'm more used to everything is Albania. Like I recently saw a meme. There was something like the map of Greenland with the Albanian flag laid on top of it, and it's like, hands off the US and Denmark. Greenland rightfully belongs to Albania. Because, you know, Albania is a very friendly country, so when Allah created the world, he gave the entire world to Albania. But because Albania is a very friendly country, it gave land to other countries, you know? The Turks are, they are patriotic, but they're more of the type of like, oh my god, my country is so awesome, dude, and yet they just live and work in Germany. That's the type of patriotic they are. They're not like, oh, everything is Turkey. That's Albanians. Really method. Oh my god, why can't I fix this? It's impossible. And then 5 minutes later, okay, it's fixed. Yes. Nowadays, if there's like a weird bug, usually I know almost immediately where to look and how to fix it. Shouldn't hate yourself so much, man. Embrace your Brazilian heritage. I'm Brazilian confirmed. Hello, IDIAC. Como esta, amigo? I know that's Spanish. I don't know a word in Portuguese. I don't even know how similar Portuguese is to Spanish, honestly. Like, genuinely no idea. And I work, like, not really as a linguist, I just work in localization. Most European dude ever. I'll take that as a compliment, IDIAC. Thank you. The Albania thing reminds me of Liechtenstein almost having Alaska. Oh, wait, what? That's news to me. Well, what are you talking about? Average German these days is named Mehmet or something, yes. Yeah, there was like this one joke. There was basically like a couple of like German police officers stop another German in Germany. And they're like, papers, please. And the guy hands them over his papers. And one of the police officers says to the other, hey, Mohammed, look at what a weird name, Müller. I apologize if you found that offensive. I do not mean it in bad light. Funnily enough, como esta is actually exists in Portuguese, means the same thing. Okay. It's also similar in Italian. In Italian, it's like come sta, like I think it's one word or something. Come stai or something like that. All of those languages are obviously the same language group, like language family, so they share a lot of similarities. Kinda true. Liechtenstein almost bought Alaska back in the 19th century. Interesting. They would have been so much bigger. German defeats German like paper beating rock. The Germans make memes about teachers failing to pronounce students' names because they're Turkish, Arabic, or Russian. I'm interested, how many expats do you have in your class, for example, Jonas? Like, in your class in school, roughly, how many expats? Because here when I was in high school here, we had 3 expats, technically 4, but the 4th guy had Czech citizenship. I think he was born here, but he was from a Vietnamese heritage. But we had like a Russian, a Ukrainian, and of course me. And even though this was way before the war in Ukraine, like those two, the Russian and Ukrainian, really hated each other. My god, get out of here, dude. I don't care if it's a waste of resources. I want to be more efficient and quick with the actual digging process. Liechtenstein rejected the offer because Alaska was too far away. That makes sense. I didn't know that, though. The more you know. Learn something new every day. Later we missed the best timeline, the one where Liechtenstein acquires Alaska and ushers in the Golden Age, yes. What I find funny is how Trump apparently doesn't even know that Alaska is part of the US. Because, like, last year when he met with Putin in Alaska, he's like, I'm gonna be meeting President Putin. I'm going to Russia. Maybe you should learn, like, what land you already control before you try to freaking control independent, like, a sovereign nation. Putin is so unoriginal. Stalin already tried to take over Europe. Like, bro, get a job, Putin. So true. I'm in school. You need better grades to get in primary school, so we don't have many immigrants there. Interesting. Okay. The great country of Alaska. No, Alaska is Russian, you know. I'm going to Russia. Did you know that Trump solved the decades-long conflict between Albania and Azerbaijan? I shouldn't be laughing. It's not funny. It's sad. Russia's Kaliningrad Oblast alone looks evil in the map. Yeah, that exclave is just like asking for trouble, honestly. Uh-oh. Well, time to go put away some more dirt. And I guess I'll also go downstairs to put away the cobble, because we've gotten to the point where we're gonna be getting more cobblestone than dirt anyway. Trump moment. How? I don't know. What sounds made up? I'm not keeping track, so I've been... What sounds made up? What am I doing? I need to go up here. It's impressive to end the war between two countries that were never even at war to begin with. Exactly. Welcome back to the stream, Potato.
Abandon the conflict between Albania and Azerbaijan. It's over. Great countries. Love them both. Wonderful people.
The US just left the World Health Organization today. I'm not even surprised. Trump solved every war on Earth. How come the Russo-Ukrainian war is still going on then? He was like, I'm gonna solve the war in 24 hours. It's been over a year, Trump. I'm still waiting. Technically, ended the war between Albania and Azerbaijan. That's how he said it. Azerbaijan. Oh yeah, that too. Azerbaijan. Made up country. Literally. It's Azerbaijan, not Azerbaijan. We're going to Russia. Okay, wait, how much cobblestone do we have? So we have a full double chest there, full double chest there. The third double chest with a cobblestone we're filling up right now. I think I'm gonna have to like knock that down and put another chest up there. I can reach it, so... Yeah, let's do it right now. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, give me that. There we go. Okay, actually, no, I'm not gonna start that. I'm not gonna start this either, I'm just gonna, like, get it into cobblestone so it doesn't use up so much space. Let me make... We're gonna need 4 chests. There we go. Nice. Okay. That looks kind of weird to have the chest so high up, but whatever. I'm also thinking of maybe adding like a pillar here. I don't have any logs though. Ah, screw it. I'll think about this area once I'm done with the castle. Can he even point where these countries are on the map? Probably not. I've never been to Azerbaijan, so I can't really comment on that. And California joined the World Health Organization independently from the US. Interesting. Huh. What even is going on with Argentina these days? Like, I actually saw that they signed the Trump's peace committee thing. Made up Timu UN thing. Like, they were there, they signed it, so that's a bit of a surprise. At least to me. The country of Joe Biden. The Trump minion arc is really embarrassing for South America in general. I think Argentina was never seen as a less serious country than now. Interesting. Ukraine war goes on for 3 years and 11 months today. That's longer than... Oh! Didn't it start in February? Oh yeah, February 24th, yeah, so 11 months. That's longer than the German-Soviet war in World War II. That's sad, honestly. It started in 2022, soybean. Doesn't tense. Stops, then putting its bow, then it comes back. Yeah, the takeover of Crimea. Timu UN. Don't quote me on that because I saw it like in a comment somewhere. But I found it hilarious because that's basically what it is. It's the Timu version of the UN. America replaced one senile man with another senile man, except the new senile man is actually like dangerous. Because he's actively sabotaging, like, all of America's relationships with other, like, nations and unions and organizations. World peace as long as it's under me. Slightly less senile and infinitely more unhinged in evil, yes. Trust me, we need Greenland. Is this important? Okay, that can wait. Okay. President born after 1960 would be a great start. Yes, like that's something that I always found puzzling. Like, why do you guys have a minimum like age requirement but not a maximum? Like, there should also be a maximum bound. That only makes sense. Like, you can't just have a freaking... Like, the minimum age is like 35, I think, but there's no maximum. There really should be a maximum of like 70, let's say. Because I would say it's honestly even way more dangerous to have like a very, very old president than a president who's like in his early 30s. His or her early 30s. Or late 20s even. Wasn't born rich, yeah.
A small loan of $1 million.
70 years should be the maximum age, I agree, yeah. Doesn't need a constitution amendment, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not that familiar with American politics, so I have no idea what either of those are. His grandpas literally have control over the nukes. Yeah, that's what's terrifying. They can literally just push a button and end the world. Like, it's the freaking Cold War all over again. Joe's last year was depressing. He was clearly showing a lot of memory dementia signs. It made me feel really bad, honestly. Yeah, like, I felt bad for Joey as well. Uncle Joe. And those files must be crazy, you know? If you're willing to go that far to distract from them. Well, even with the freaking durability buff, I'm definitely gonna break 2 diamond pickaxes doing this. That's crazy. Okay. Oh. Okay, I think this is the last torch. Let's throw this away. The funny bug. I love this bug, it's so funny. I'm destroying the blocks with my mind. That's how powerful I am. I don't even need to swing this thing. UK Online Safety Act. Dude, so apparently they're like introducing this freaking age verification bullshit everywhere. Like, even into regions and countries that don't really have, like, an online safety act. Like, Discord, for example, is introducing it everywhere. Like, system-wide. Roblox has it, but I never really cared about Roblox. Minecraft is introducing it. I'm not even surprised, honestly. Apparently, it's only for servers, so thank God for that. I really don't care about servers, so... As long as I can play my single-player fucking game... That's literally made for children and marketed towards children, so it doesn't really have anything violent. They have literally no excuse to make it single player. Make the age verification single player. Like, they're banning freaking gun mods, for fuck's sake. Anyway, GTA 6 is also introducing it. I really hope it's only the online part. Because, again, I never really cared about online, so they can do whatever they want with that. But, don't take away my freaking single-player game. Because obviously I'm never gonna give any of these shady companies my freaking private information. Like, they already have so much information on me anyway. This is like literally the last straw, the last bit of privacy that we have, and they're trying to take it away from us. A distraction from the more dangerous things he's doing in the world. Yeah, true. Save the children, give us your soul. Think of the children! Honestly, fuck the children. They shouldn't even be online to begin with. And this should be like a responsibility for the parents, not the government to get involved. This is why I hate kids. This is why we need to ban all kids. Just ban having kids. That's definitely gonna work out. There's UK and some other countries like Australia that follow the UK. Yeah, I know, but it sets a dangerous precedent because the EU wants to implement something like this as well. That's what worries me. And I'm pretty sure America has some talks about it as well, internally. It was never about the kids, it was always about control. Me, I'm the children. We'll take care of your kids. And with kids, we mean literally every person, because even adults will have to prove they're not kids, yeah. Chat control as well, literally 1984. I don't know, man. I'm sick and tired of living in a freaking dystopia, honestly. I'm almost to the point where I would honestly wish that a nuclear war would break out just to not proceed further down this dystopian like slide that we're on right now. It's harder to speak out against those who hold the power if they control your access to communication. Yeah, exactly. Even down to things like video games, man. Like, is there no escape? Just let me play my goddamn video game. That's all I want. Wouldn't living in a post-apocalyptic world be worse? Who said living? I'm hoping I would die immediately, or at least, like, quickly enough. You saw Nepal's government get overthrown via Discord and got scared. I guess, yeah. Nuclear war breaks out so I can play Minecraft in my bunker in peace. Yes. There's always been an escape on the Seven Seas, provided you have a VPN, see? They're trying to stop that too. Like, at least the UK. They're also, like, implementing laws against VPNs, which is like, dude, fucking stop. Like, if this was about the kids, why are you implementing shit like the laws against VPNs? Kids are dumb as shit these days. They wouldn't know how to use a fucking VPN. They barely even know how to use a freaking computer. And trust me, I'm speaking from experience. There's been so many instances of freaking kids that want to play my mods and they can't figure out how to freaking drag and drop a freaking zip file. Or install a custom launcher that isn't in the freaking Microsoft App Store. Make the government suck less, exactly. I'll give you 5 years until a Western country forces kids to only play for a limited hour per day as law. That's the case in China. China is silently winning. Monkey just want banana to eat banana. The fuck you mean banana tax for banana? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for now, Paul. For now, it can be played offline. Who knows what the future will hold? Somehow in German parliament, the topic parties are agreeing on the most is the EU chat control thing. All think it's bad. Okay, that's good. Because Germany has a lot of say in the EU, because it's massive and a very strong, like the strongest economy of the EU, so... As long as we have pushback from Germany, we're not gonna see the chat control thing. Because most countries are for it. Including my shithole of a fucking country. I'm not even surprised. Czechia is against it too. And I think Poland as well. I think all of Visegrad is actually against it as well. Or at least, like, the most prominent members. Can China count to 3, I wonder? Just migrate to your Microsoft account, we won't force you. Yeah. Because why these guys can go around the vote for the vote of the... Well, I don't understand what you're trying to say. Fix the world, Notch. We should all elect Notch as president. Okay, that's a terrible idea. Don't. I wonder if Notch has a Because I know that he lives in California, right? Like he lives in Beverly Hills. I wonder if he's gotten a US citizenship by now. Because it's been, what, like a decade since he moved there? So probably. I mean, he has so much money, he probably could have just bought a citizenship at this rate. Notch for World King. No, that would be a disaster. He's quite unstable himself, so I wouldn't like that. Notch would be as incompetent leading a country as he is developing a game. So true. Sweden to California is a crazy downgrade, not gonna lie. It depends. He's in the good part of California, like Beverly Hills. The good part of LA. Well, quote-unquote good. Deported by ICE. No, you see, Notch is white. He's not gonna be deported by ICE. They only target the people who are not Caucasian. I think. California becomes an independent country, which it won't, even though it should. We should ban Notch for ruining Minecraft. Yes, you should deport Notch. Like, personally deport him. Oh, there goes my pickaxe. At least he's not in the files, he says. Okay, I need to go downstairs to store away the cobble as well. And there goes all my diamonds. Amazing. Brilliant, lovely. Great, just great. We're gonna have to go caving again soon. And worst of all, I have to do it in new chunks again to hopefully find a freaking dungeon. Still need to find that. Not just an illegal immigrant, so that also helps. I don't think he's illegal. Because he's Swedish, and Swedish people don't really require a... I think they only require a green card to stay there, but he probably got one easily. Oh, wait, oh, the cobble. Okay. Hello, Afu, welcome back to the stream. Those are some tourists being detained for what they post about the government, like JD Vance memes. That is messed up, dude. Save the pickaxes before they break so you get more use out of them in beta 1.2. Nah. They're gonna take up storage space. You don't spawn him, he spawns naturally. Afu. Your rich life is basically a sandbox game. Yeah, true. The best worst version. 1.1 really should have been the first release. It's a shame that they had to rush it because of freaking Minecon. Oh my god, Afu is literally the new Jonas. I mean, you do you, man. You do you. My friend said that some guy from Afghanistan he knew a bit got deported. I mean, hot take, Jonas, but I feel like that's how it should be. Illegals are illegals. If you're legal, obviously, then you're fine, but... If you're not, and especially if you cause trouble, then... There's this transition from night to day, it's so quick. This is just alpha, Yoski. This is normal for alpha. It's pre-light maps. So I'm gonna enable nerd mode right now, and I'll explain why this is. So the physical light levels in the world change in phases like that. And the smooth transition that was introduced in beta 1.8 is achieved via light maps. And a light map is basically like an empty texture that's applied across all surfaces pretty much of the terrain, of everything essentially. And it animates it that way, but the actual like physical light levels, if you look at the debug screen or whatever, they still go down like one by one with the exact same timer as they do in alpha. It's just not visual anymore. So this is just how it's always worked. It's just masked in later versions because they introduced the light map system. I love light maps, honestly. One of the many good, like, technologically, I guess, advanced things that were introduced in beta 1.8. And again, just like everything in that freaking version, it was underutilized. They made the lighting look like crap. They didn't, like, change the lighting based on specific parameters, like, let's say, the dimension you're in. They haven't done that until this very day, in fact. Which is really easy to do, by the way. It just overall, like, they could have done so much more with it, just like with GenLayer. It's just baffling, like, this is why I hate beta 1.8 now, because they had all of this great code, great tech, and they just didn't use it for anything, or they didn't use it properly, at least. Jonas is literally the guy in chat right now, Af. He was a very avid Classic Plus enjoyer back in the day. Just never played the game because I always did something else. Oh, okay. The day-night change is more abrupt in early alpha compared to beta. Is it? I never really noticed the difference between alpha and beta. Reference everywhere. When I watch a video about old Minecraft, I immediately go to the comment section to find him. Yeah, he's very active in the community. They had all this great tech and didn't use it properly. Humanity 2025, so true. Yeah, you can literally apply that to all of humanity, honestly. Let me take a sip of my water. Stay hydrated. Man, I'm so freaking sleepy already. Like, this past week I've been feeling insanely tired and sleepy already from like 7, 8 p.m. Oh, old age is getting to me. I'm literally a fossil. Okay, let me throw this away. Playing some Classic Plus now. Oh no. Honestly, I was like unironically considering playing Classic Plus here on the channel. Because I don't think I've played... Actually, no, I have played it once during the Polyworld streams. But I am considering like doing a proper, you know, dedicated stream for it. I think I'm gonna do that once I reach Alpha 1.1.2. Like at the end of Alpha, pretty much. I'm gonna take a break from this main world anyway, and I'm gonna play some Classic Plus, InDev Plus, even InDev Plus eventually. Although I'm gonna play InDev Plus once I'm done with the code cleanup, which is gonna take a while. crap. Oh, only 3 layers left. Yeah, this is gonna be much quicker than the previous time I had to do this. Weird tangent, but what are your thoughts on streaming on Twitch? Not that I'm asking you to or whatever. I don't like Twitch. I don't think I'm ever gonna stream on Twitch. I don't really like it. YouTube is just more convenient for me. I don't know if it's because of my autism or whatever, but literally when I'm used to a given like software or routine, I really don't like changing it. So unless like I get banned from YouTube for whatever reason, or like they introduce the stupid age verification like everywhere, like site-wise, and I have to do it, then I'm just gonna keep using YouTube for streaming. I'm only gonna migrate to Twitch or another platform if I don't have access to YouTube anymore, pretty much. That is also why, for example, I use GIMP to make pixel art textures and not Paint.net. Even though I feel Paint.net is way better, I just don't really feel like getting used to a new program. And I also like having everything in one place, for example. That's why I use MultiMC as my launcher. Because I can have modern versions, old versions, I can have basically everything in it. Whereas with Betacraft, you're only limited to like versions up to 1.5 or 1.6. Can you add trees to caves world type? It's impossible to survive. If you're talking about Classic Plus is dead, dude. And if you're talking about InDev Plus, that already has trees. They're just kind of rare. The thing is making me sleepy. Yeah, I apologize, Paul. Unless that's fine with you, that like help you sleep, I guess. If you use this as ASMR or something. Because this gameplay is very boring, I admit. But it has to be done. If I have to sit through this, then you guys have to as well. And your PC sucks. I'm only getting about 1000 FPS on tiny levels. Notice though that Twitch is much more responsive and less clunky when it comes to streams, at least on the chatter end. Well, it makes sense because Twitch is made for streaming, YouTube is made for videos, like video hosting and whatnot. It's a miracle that it even has like a working streaming service to begin with. But again, this is just more convenient for me. How do you install missing versions on MultiMC? Literally the same way you installed my mods. You just add to jar the version that you want to play. I was talking about InfDev Plus. InfDev Plus also has trees. But you can only find them... You can find those little like shrubs or bushes on the ground, but only in lush caves. So you gotta find lush caves. Making some chili. I had chili on Friday. It's fine, no problem. It's relaxing. Okay, good. New recipe I call white chili. Interesting. I love chili. Chili con carne, my favorite. Now I'm hungry, even though I literally ate a lasagna like an hour ago. More coal that I have to throw away. Why are these coal veins so massive? Okay, get out of here. Oh, get ready for the janky day-night transition. Okay, I think 3 more layers left. Yep, nice. I think we are actually gonna be done on time with this, which is fantastic. I just ate a ham sandwich. I haven't really eaten any sandwiches as of late. Like, I've pretty much stopped eating dry and cold food. Like, if I'm gonna have a sandwich, it has to be something warm and fresh, like a burger, for example, or a panini or a hot dog or something like that. I also much prefer wet foods over dry foods. Even like the more dry, like junk foods that I eat, like fried chicken, for example, is still not really dry necessarily. It's kind of greasy. IFTF Plus is a really great replacement, by the way. Looks more fun than Modern MC. Thank you. That's the idea behind it, pretty much. It's my ideal version of Modern MC. That's why I think Dialco is probably gonna hate it. Because he's a bit more of a purist. He prefers simpler mods. So we really, when you're like going into InfDev Plus, you really gotta go into it with a open mind, you know? Like you gotta take a different mindset. You shouldn't expect it to be just InfDev, but more. It's literally like its own thing. Okay. Another chest full. People complaining about bloat stuff in Modern MC, but InfDev Plus has more stuff than Modern MC, and it doesn't feel overwhelming. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that whenever people say that, because that was my intention with it. Like, I wanted to add basically everything from Modern that I feel like has potential, or is pretty cool, but also tie it all in together so nothing feels like unnecessary, basically. Because here's the problem with the additions made in Modern Minecraft. They feel like bloat because they're basically like worthless. Like, they don't really serve... Most things don't serve a purpose at all. They're just there for the sake of being there. Like, take archaeology, for example. All you can really acquire from archaeology in Modern Minecraft is just decorative blocks, pretty much, and a music disc. That's it. But in InfDev Plus, you get... It's literally part of the progression. It's an optional part of the progression, admittedly, because you can definitely play the game without enchanting, but it's the best way to get scrolls early on, unless you also find a dungeon. But even if you find a dungeon, you're probably just gonna get 1 or 2 scrolls. So it's definitely like the best way to get enchants in the early game in InfDev Plus. And it also expands on the whole like caving and mining part of the game. Because other than just like going into the caves for ores, you also head down there to find the suspicious gravel on the ground, or like the little like ruins with the suspicious dirt to get to do some archaeology. So yeah, like that is the prime example of me taking something that's in Modern but making it feel meaningful. Has a purpose, like a gameplay purpose. It's not just, oh, you can do archaeology and get like these cool pots. Look, haha. It's almost about the features. Implementation, not the features at face value. Exactly. Mojang adds copper 5 years ago and didn't make anything super useful until recently. And even then, it's arguable. Like, yeah, it has uses, but most of them are relatively superficial. Goats don't drop meat in my mod either. Not many animals drop meat. And that's by design, again. Because otherwise, pigs aren't really as useful. Like, that's my design philosophy with the OG farm mobs and their drops. Because ever since beta 1.8 and them adding beef and chicken to the game, like beef and chicken meat, pigs have become less desirable. Like, it's much better to farm chickens or especially cows, because with cows you get leather, which you also use for books, which are also a part of the progression, because you need books for like enchants. And you also get meat, and the meat is exactly the same as pork. So why would you ever want to make a pig farm when you can just make a cow farm instead, and you get like a lot more out of it than just meat? So I wanted to avoid that issue with InfDev Plus, and that's why cows and sheep don't drop meat in InfDev Plus, because... oh, that was my last diamond pickaxe, that sucks. They don't drop meat because of that, because otherwise they would make pigs more useless. Now, there are 2 mobs that actually drop meat that aren't pigs, and those are the ostrich, as hilarious as that sounds, and the deer. But the thing with those 2 mobs is, A, they only spawn in specific biomes. You can only find ostriches in savannas, and what was the other biome? Fuck, what is it called? The Outback. So you can only find them in those 2 biomes. And deer you can only find in forests. That's the first thing. And the second thing about these 2 is that they run away from you. So you actually have to hunt them down. They're not just like walking around and you can easily kill them like pigs. They actively like avoid you. So I feel like it's balanced that way. Like, if I'm to add new meat types, it will have to be in such a way that it doesn't really disrupt the balance of the original game, pretty much. So yeah, that's why none of the base farm mobs drop meat, only pigs do. Because otherwise pigs become less desirable, pretty much. And even though, like, books don't really require leather, and even if they did, you don't really need them for anything other than decoration in InfDev Plus, you still, like, benefit a lot more from having a cow farm, because you can use the leather for other stuff. Pork haram. No, pork is good. That's literally what this rant is. my Muslim dad running into my room after I eat a pork chop in Minecraft. I love that meme. It's important. No, it's not. Copper Golem is useful, but they are annoying to work with, yeah. Wow, these pickaxes break so quickly. It's like having a pet walk on your toes 24/7. The other meats introduced in beta 1.8 would be fine if it wasn't for the breeding. Yeah, I guess. Like, yeah, InfDev Plus doesn't have breeding, so I guess my argument in that sense falls apart, but it doesn't have breeding yet. I am gonna add breeding in a future update. That is guaranteed to come. So I guess, you know, in a sense, it's future-proofing. If you say Allahu Akbar before killing it, it's not haram. Yeah, so like recently we got a kebab from like the local kebab place, and I noticed that they had written like a little like notice written that their meat is halal. And I was like, at first I thought, okay, so yeah, if their meat is halal, then it basically means that it isn't pork. But why not just write that it's not pork? But then I actually asked Yoski here in the chat, because he's Muslim, and he actually explained how it actually works. Basically, halal meat is meat sourced from an animal that's, I guess, slaughtered in a humane way. That's what I got from it. Which I didn't know that was a thing. That's very interesting. Freaking god, I have to make a couple pickaxes every 5 minutes at this rate. This is so boring. I'm really excited for next stream, next week, because we're gonna go on an adventure. I wouldn't be surprised if in my temporary, like, winter world, I actually end up finding a dungeon there, or even several dungeons. I'm gonna be so pissed if that happens. Slaughtered with love. They give it a pillow and everything. Dude, imagine playing Minecraft beta, or even alpha, but you can't, like, you gotta abide by the Quran laws. That basically means that you can't eat meat. Because the only meat that exists is pork. So you have to just eat bread and mushroom stew. That would be an interesting challenge, honestly. Can't believe that there are people eating snails. If I see a snail on my plate, I would throw the plate to the trash bin. French people, am I right? Yeah, I also don't really understand that. Like, apparently it's a delicacy. I'm like, why? How? Sounds gross. It's the same as eating frogs, for example. What about fish? I hate fish, personally. But I can at least see the appeal of fish. I don't see the appeal of a freaking snail. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very curious why escargot is a thing. Not that I want to eat it. I don't even know what that is. Do I want to know what that is? Okay, 2 more layers and we're done. Oh, eating fish in Minecraft. Oh, yeah, I forgot fish exists, honestly. Technically, it doesn't in alpha, so if you do this challenge in alpha, then literally all you have is bread and mushroom stew. If you do it in beta, you can also eat fish. Yeah, that is correct. Completely forgot fish exists. Fish is not considered haram, unkosher. Shellfish are, I think, though. Like shrimp, they're not clean. It's funny because, like, shrimp and pigs are some of the most intelligent animals. And yet they're considered unclean by the Quran. I guess maybe that's why it's haram, because they're so intelligent. I don't know. I'm not the expert here. Escargot is the dish made from snails. Oh, okay. But the variety of snail is called escargot. Land snails, okay. I wouldn't even be curious to try it. Like, call me closed-minded, but there's a certain line when it comes to food that I would never cross. Kind of like with the Icelandic rotten shark. That's something that my parents have tried, and they told me, yeah, it's as bad as it sounds. I was hardcore atheist, really. I am still a hardcore atheist. Have been one ever since I was a kid. Allah showed me the true way. Well, I'm glad that you're happy. Like, you know, if religion makes you happy, then I won't take that away from you. As long as you don't shove it in other people's throats, then you're good. Animals are intelligent, so we must leave them alone. Yes. Interestingly, shrimps and I think more crustaceans aren't forbidden. I'm agnostic by the truest definition of the word. I don't think we are able to understand the true nature of the universe. I think we live in a simulation. As a pseudo-programmer myself, I can see the laws of physics are just like written machine or written code or machine code, I guess. I don't know. You can't say there is or isn't a god, because how could we know that? Yeah, true. Like, we can neither prove nor disprove the existence of God, so... My hardcore, don't give a damn. It's based. Mega based, can't really argue with that. Wouldn't the universe being a simulation mean there is a god, though? Yeah, the god is the creator of the universe, like the programmer. Like... Notch, for example, is the god of Minecraft. And you know how, like, in ancient times, like ancient Greeks, for example, how they had, like, a god or goddess for, like, basically everything? You can sort of, like, interpret that as the creators or, like, the writers of that particular, like, aspect of the simulation. It's just like a video game where, like, certain people have created certain things, certain aspects of the game, and they're basically the god of that given aspect. Getting contradictory information. Greek mythology is based as fuck, yeah, I love it. Still can't see the tools I'm holding, but... The argument that people believe religion to feel happy seems weird to me because I was happy as an atheist. My life was more hedonistic. Interesting. I don't know, it makes some people happy because it gives them like a sense of hope in this depressive existence, so as long as it works for them, then good for them. The structure of the universe resembles neurons definitely indicates something to me, yeah. Long-term plans is incompatible with my ADHD brain. Thank God I don't have ADHD. Obviously no hate on you if you have it. I also mean it that... Depending on how bad it is, of course, I do, like, pity you. Because I just can't see myself struggling to, like, function every day. I already struggle enough with, like, social anxiety and autism, like my freaking obsessions. I also have a little bit of OCD. It's definitely not as bad as some people have it, but I do have some OCD. So the last thing I need is also ADHD on top of that. Like my colleague, one of my colleagues has ADHD and he takes meds. And it helps, the meds help him a lot, otherwise he like basically struggles to literally function. At least we have meds for that sort of thing. Met a kid once, he was 17, but yeah, kid, he was Invited by one of my flatmates for dinner, and he saw my gaming setup and asked me about Mortal Kombat. Said I shouldn't play cause haram. Yeah, I think he told me about that. The stories people tell of seeing relatives who died before they were born, when they have a near-death experience. I'm not sure if they really do, but I can't know. What I always found interesting is the light at the end of the tunnel. I wonder what that actually means, like in a physical sense, if anything. Surely there's a reason why so many people see it that way when they're about to pass. Happy probably isn't the best way to explain it, just life is more purposeful under religion. And purpose can mean being happy or sad, yeah. I think people should make their own purpose, I agree. My purpose is to create stuff, I guess. To be a creator. Like, I felt this way ever since, even before I started my studies, but especially after. I always feel like I have to make something, otherwise I don't feel productive. Like, when I was a teenager, for example, all I ever did was play games. That was like my main hobby, and that's still my hobby. Like, I still like enjoy playing games and stuff, don't get me wrong, but something ticked in me after I graduated high school. I started like, or even shortly before then, because I started doing stuff like small mods for World of Padman, for example, or custom levels for a like an obscure freeware racing game called Nitronic Rush. Like smaller stuff like that. I started out very small. I even made like a custom fan wiki until it became obsolete because the actual like official website returned, and incorporated some of the wiki elements into itself. But like a fan wiki for World of Padman, one of my all-time favorite childhood games. So I've had this like creativity drive ever since I was a late teenager, and especially in my early adulthood, and it's still going strong. Like, I always have to create something, even if it's like a YouTube video or something, although I haven't done that in ages and I kind of lost interest in that. But I could definitely see myself returning to making videos again if I get like burnt out enough from like making video games and mods and whatnot, or like coding. But I have like so many things that I want to do, like creative things, other than the Minecraft projects that I have going on right now. Of course, I want to make my own game. I want to make custom maps for, or custom missions, fan missions for the Thief games, in particular Thief 2. I want to make a mod for Half-Life. There's a bunch of other stuff I want to make as well. Even like a black metal album. That's still not entirely off the table for me. It's just in the backlog, like the very bottom of the bin, but... Because, like, if I don't create something like that, if I, like, for example, if I spend all day just playing a game, like I used to do, I feel like I wasted that time. But if I spend the time actually working on something, I feel more productive. And, like, I feel like I'm actually achieving something, even if it's ultimately not as helpful as actually, like, learning a new skill that might help me in my job or, like, a future job. I still feel more accomplished. If I work on something rather than just spend all of my time playing games. That's why I've really been limiting myself to, for example, with streams for like once or twice a week. For playing games in general to just half an hour. Like, I used to play... back in my high school days, I used to play pretty much 8 hours every single day. Then during my uni days, I played around 3 hours on average every day. And now it's just like half an hour to a full hour every day. And it's not because I don't enjoy playing games anymore. Again, as I said, I just feel like I'm wasting my time if I play too much. So I feel like I need to do something else to justify my own existence, pretty much. So yeah, that's my purpose in life. As dull as it might sound to some people... Because I'm basically not really doing anything grand or whatever. Like, I don't think you have to do something grand and huge that changes the entire course of history of the planet to have a legacy and to feel like you have a purpose in life. It could be as simple as just making a game or that other people can enjoy, or even a mod. God exists, L is right. If God doesn't exist, Light Yagami is right. Some spiritualists think that the light is actually the light outside the birth canal. Literal rebirth. I don't think it's that, though. That is a very interesting theory, actually. Especially if you believe in reincarnation. I don't necessarily believe in that, but I really like to entertain the thought. Like, what my previous life could have possibly been like. Wasn't this way until I was 21, where playing games needs a justification of purpose. Playing games on their own merit is tough. My justification for playing games usually boils down to experiencing something. Like, that's why I only play single-player games, because I play it for the experience. Usually for the story, or for the atmosphere, for just living, like, briefly and temporarily in a different universe, pretty much. Thanks to immersion. That's why I love immersive sims like the Thief franchise so much. But, like, that's why I don't like online games. Like, the only exception is World of Padman, and even then I only play that game because of the community itself, because it's a very small, gated community. Everybody pretty much knows each other, and usually we don't even play the game half the time, we just talk about life and stuff in a VC. So that's why I play that game. That's like the only multiplayer game I play. Otherwise, I just always play in single player, like single player campaigns and experiences. Because multiplayer games just feel like a waste of time to me. From my main Minecraft world now, I'm making content on it, even if it's only been 2 videos. Yeah, like, that is, for example, why I don't like building in Minecraft, even though that's the whole point of the game. I don't like doing it because it feels like a waste of time, because it feels like there's no point to it, there's no purpose for it, my builds. And I guess that's why I got burnt out so quickly by playing on my previous Forever World attempt every single day, because I felt like I was just wasting my time every day. At least like this, even though I'm still building stuff for the sake of building stuff, because that's all we can really do in Alpha, I still feel more fulfilled, or like calmer about it, I guess, because I only spend 2 hours a week on this and not 2 hours or 1 hour a day. Should make a black metal album together, yes. Hello Firestorm, welcome back to the stream. Going to study, have a good day. Okay, see ya Afu, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, it is evening here, yeah. New game makes sense. Minecraft, I guess I've played this game so long I can't just play it normally anymore. Yeah, same. Like, I either want to experience like new content, which is why I like doing this this series, as like the way I'm doing it right now is like an upgrade sort of thing. Or if I do build something, it has to have a purpose. Like, for example, here, that is like currently a at least temporary storage, and this keep here that I'm gonna build in the following streams is going to be my actual like main residence. But almost everything down there, other than the mine and especially the farm, is gonna be purely decorative. And I guess the pier, I'm gonna actually build like a docks right there. Very soon, actually, because Alpha 1.0.6, I believe, adds boats. So that's what I'm gonna do in that version. I'm going to build a pier over there. Okay, we're almost done with this layer, about to begin the last layer. Definitely, we have half an hour left, so definitely we're gonna be able to finish this. That's great, honestly. Oh, for fuck's sake. Ugh. I don't even have sticks. Amazing. 2 shovels. Okay, this thing has to be increased to become like this wall here. We might even be able to start like expanding the wall, honestly. We'll see. And yes, I do actually have a plan how I want the main building here to look like. It's not gonna look like that, it's gonna be a little bit fancier. So I am thinking, because next time as I said, I'm gonna be in Alpha 1.0.4 the next Secret Friday, and I'm gonna be in a temporary world for a little bit. But I wonder if I should spend like just half the stream in that temporary world and the other half here to just finish the wall, maybe? I don't know, because on one hand I do want to take a break from the main Forever world, but on the other hand, I'm definitely not gonna have enough time to finish the entire like project, the entire like town all around here, so even with like the help of other people who might contribute to this by adding their own builds, even then it might not be enough. So I really wonder how I should handle this. Chili's done. Time for a beer. Okay, CSI Bean, thanks for stopping by. Enjoy your meal and beer. Feel like Pac-Man every time I mine in this fashion. Waka 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 waka. I should probably play some like classic arcade games on the channel. That would be funny. But yeah, I have been thinking about playing Classic Plus on here. And I think what I want to do is, I still don't know if I want to make it into a series, but it's definitely, if I do make it into a series, it definitely won't be like the same world for a long time, because that's just boring. I think instead what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna basically play every single world type once per stream, or at least until I die. Like, I can probably even do several per stream if I happen to die, although that's probably not gonna happen, but... yeah, that would be interesting. Because I feel like that's the only way to 100% Classic Plus, basically. To play survival mode once in every world type, pretty much, and see how long you can survive. Because there's no achievements, there's no progression, there's nothing like that. I could also just play creative, but honestly, I don't want to do that. I'm doing enough building here in the main world, and plus creative is boring. Like, building in creative is boring for me, and building in survival is frustrating. I just don't like building. Okay, let me have a drink. Alright. Man, I really can't wait until sneaking. We have a long ways to go until we get access to sneaking, but it's gonna be great. So useful. This is our last pickaxe. We're gonna have to go back indoors to get some more iron. At least we have plenty of iron. Although we're probably gonna burn through it, because these tools don't last long at all. Oh, there goes the pickaxe. Let's get another one. Oh, and also, I think I did this off camera as well, but because there's no fences to add railings, I decided to add them, add signs instead. It's only a visual railing, because, you know, signs don't have a hitbox. Or collision box, I should say. They do have a hitbox, clearly. So, I think it looks nice. I mean, given the limitations, I quite like this. Iron, here we go. Could make a couple golden pickaxes, but those aren't really useful yet. They're never really useful, honestly. Go, 2 of these. Oh, this looks so nice and clean. Oh, actually, no, we're not gonna be able to make the walls, because we also have to dig all of this out as well and replace it with dirt. Or actually, no, we don't have to do that, because first we're gonna build the same way we did this build. First we're actually gonna put the main building here and the walls, and then replace what's left with dirt. Because otherwise I'm just gonna waste my time, because I'm gonna replace all this with dirt and then replace half of it with something else after I put the build there anyway. Yeah, never mind. We only have 20 minutes left though, so I think we're gonna have like perfect timing. We won't really be able to do much else. Man, I'm gonna end up spending so much time in these versions with the neon grass that it's gonna be so odd when I finally get to Alpha 1.2. It's gonna take a while for my eyes to literally adjust to the new color palette. Not to mention that I'm still gonna keep playing like Alpha Recrafted and my own mods, which all of them use this color palette. Yes, even In-Depth Plus uses it. It has the seasonal colors, but the primary color is still the neon green. Another thing I'm considering playing on the channel as well is some OG 2011 mods, and even maybe like a mod pack or two. Or beta 1.7 especially. I'm definitely gonna play my own mod pack, the beta 1.7 definitive. I would like to add some like quality of life improvements as well if I can, but I mostly just want to play the Aether, really. I love that mod so much, and I haven't really played it on the channel here. But I think that would be fun. I might even do it in alpha, actually. Or, better yet, I think because I'm gonna have trouble deciding, I'm gonna do like a poll. So I'll let you guys decide when the time comes. If you would like to see me play some Alpha 1.1.2 mods, like more creeps and weirdos, for example, I think. Or Classic Plus. Actually, no. Yeah, okay, never mind. No, most of those mods get introduced in Alpha 1.2. Like, more creeps and weirdos is definitely one of them. And more creatures. So yeah, never mind, no. I'm gonna definitely play Classic Plus first. Okay, time to store this stuff again. Almost done. Almost done. I like how that's the only staircase leaning up. Dirt goes here. Stone goes downstairs. Perhaps I shouldn't move it down here because I'm gonna have to run down here to get it pretty soon anyway. Because I'll start working on the walls, but whatever. And also, I feel like I should do something about that, because that looks very flat. I should do it the same way I did the walls. And have it like alternate between a slab and a regular block. Maybe, I don't know. Okay, that's full. Wow, 4 double chests worth of cobblestone. I think it's safe to say we have more than enough cobblestone to finish the castle. Okay, let me make a couple of these. Am I playing on peaceful? No, okay, good. Because I was like, there's hardly any mobs here. What's going on? I really love the view of my trail of torches leading back to the previous base from up here. It's pretty nice. Okay, almost done. Fill that in. Also, I don't know if I've mentioned this earlier, but once I get to the release versions, I'm no longer gonna be using any mods, including even shaders. So no more shaders, but I will be using texture packs. I'll still use Faithful. The HD Faithful packs. But I'm not gonna use any shaders this time around. As much as I like them, we're getting official shaders anyway, so... Well, I don't know. I don't even know if I'm gonna use texture packs, honestly. I'm still debating it. Or considering it. Maybe that's something else that you guys can advise me on. would you like to see me use texture packs again or not? I definitely will be using texture packs whenever I play mods, that's for sure. For example, I definitely want to do a Take It Classic playthrough here, and I'm going to use the Sphax BGCraft texture pack for that one. Yogbox, and I'm going to use the Paint Ready pack on that one. Some of these, like, classic mod packs I'm definitely going to be playing on the channel. Okay, the final 3 pieces of coal. Oh wow, we're actually gonna be done and have 15 or so minutes left to spare. Or maybe 10. So yeah, I'm not gonna be able to finish the entire wall, but I think what I'm gonna do is I'll figure that part out. And then also like pretty up the staircase going down. I think messing with shaders and texture packs could be interesting. Maybe just switch them out every stream if you like trying them out. Well, there's not many shaders to choose from in early release versions, that's the thing. And I already did this in the Polyworld, so... The only texture pack I'm considering using is Faithful, because I love it. But at the same time, I want to make this as vanilla as possible, so... Okay, here we go. Nice and flat, we're done. I'm gonna put some torches around, just to prevent stuff from spawning. I'm really pleased with this. We managed to finish this within the confines of the stream. Okay, nice. Now, I already have the cobblestone, so how do I want to do this? I think I want to make this into a gate of some sort. If I do this, and then this. There we go, and I can probably put a door here, or a couple of doors. I don't have any wood on me. In fact, I don't have any wood left at all. Holy crap. I used up literally all of it. Well, that's awkward. I could make iron doors. I mean, I have the levers. It would make sense as well, because it does mean that the castle is a bit more fortified. You know what? Screw it. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I will plant some saplings as well before I go in that case, because I'm gonna need trees for next time. Alright, and as always, I'm gonna put it on the outside. Oh boy. Actually, gonna need a button instead. Yeah, let me get that. Also tear this down. Alright, so hold on. I'm gonna get some saplings, plant those. And I'll go downstairs to get some more slabs and some smooth stone to make buttons. So store that and get some saplings. That was creepy. Like, such a well-timed... Great job, game. Such a well-timed cave noise. Just as I'm heading down the stairs, passing by the door to the dungeon in that place. This game just makes its own lore. And that's part of why I love it. Alright, so let's plant some saplings down here. Gonna need the wood by next time. The other day a cave sound played right as I was digging and opened up a dark cave entrance. Yeah, it's so cool whenever like a game with randomized elements like this has like the random elements trigger or play in a certain way that it almost feels like it wasn't random, you know? I love it when that happens in video games in general. And Minecraft is like a master at this. Like, no wonder people thought Herobrine was real. Like, this game can be quite unsettling at times. Okay, I think that's it. I think that's good enough. You still have 16 saplings, but I think I'm just gonna throw these away. Yeah. I just now noticed those 3 blocks there. That's funny. Alright, let me get stone. I'm gonna need a couple of buttons and the slabs. I don't have that many slabs. Damn. Okay. Buttons. And might as well craft the slabs while I'm here. When you're just about to finish up a long play session of working on a project in the world and just the right music starts playing, yeah. Although there is no music yet. I don't actually remember which alpha version music gets re-added in. Genuinely have no idea. Okay, on the way up, we only have 5 minutes. Oh, actually 7 minutes. On the way up, let me do something about this. Actually, you know what? No. I think I like it better like this. Because if I start busting these up, it no longer acts as a railing. But if I make the wall taller, so that it matches the castle wall, then I don't like how that's gonna look. I like actually being able to see, even though this kind of blocks my view, but it's still like being able to actually see out there. Like, this is genuinely a nice view. In fact, I think I'm actually gonna replace all of this with, like, fences. Once those get added. Okay, but for now, let me do this. Oh man, it's the double door glitch. Oh, that's annoying. Fuck's sake. Okay, that is very annoying. Oh, why does the iron door take... Well, I know why it takes so long to break, because Notch is a freaking idiot. Okay. Place it back down. What if I just... Okay, so... Basically, don't use this door. It's only there for decoration for now. Okay, let me do this. And I am gonna work a little bit on the wall, I suppose, here. Actually... Make it like so. How come sometimes I don't take damage and other times... Oh, I guess because of the slabs. That extra height really adds up, huh? Yeah, it's definitely the slabs. That's funny. My god, I'm taking so much unnecessary damage. Alright, I guess I'll just keep adding this up. I'm gonna have a tower here, a tower in that corner, a tower over there, and over there, and maybe like one over there, yeah. Okay, now it's just triggering it whenever it feels like. What the fuck? Oh, fucking hell. Okay, you know what? Let's artificially expand this hill. There we go. So we can have a flatter wall. And give me back my slabs. I guess I'll keep going until I run out of slabs. And then we'll finish the rest in a couple of weeks, because the following 2 weeks I'll be spending in a throwaway, completely different winter world. I'm looking forward to that. Be a nice change of pace. I do actually have some goals planned for that. So in Alpha 1.0.4, I want to find diamonds, pretty much. Because that's like the ultimate goal of old Minecraft. And potentially a dungeon. And in Alpha 1.0.5, I want to build an igloo out of snow. Because there's no snow blocks in Alpha 1.0.4 yet. That's a 1.0.5 feature, I do remember that much. Good thing I have some more pork that I can cook up. Boom, boom, boom. Last stack of cobble. Last 2 minutes, so get ready to say goodbyes, folks, because this is it. Last pork chop. Wow, this armor is taking such an unnecessary beating. Oh wow, looks like it's gonna be perfect here. Ends right at the corner. There we go. Alright, looking good. Looking very good. So, tower there, clearly. I don't think I'm gonna have a tower there, honestly. Probably... I'll definitely have one here and one there. But I don't think a tower there is necessary. That's like the edge of the mountain. So, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to put a tower there. Okay, oh god, I have even more dirt now. I'm just gonna organize my stuff real quick, cook up some meat. Take this. Dirt. Go down to the kitchen, like an actual kitchen. Grill this meat up. Oh wow, I actually had stone here all along. That I completely forgot about. Alright, it's 9 p.m. So that's gonna be it for today. Again, friendly reminder that tomorrow is another stream. Thief 2. My absolute favorite mission and also the longest one. Life of the Party. So... definitely make sure you watch that if you're following along with that game and if you're interested. But yeah, and until then, thank you all very much for watching and have a good one. Bye bye.